Hey there, welcome back to Balancing Divine Feminine Ascension Frequencies with Aria Jade, where science and spirituality meet and shake hands. We are finally in the world where quantum physics is not magic, it's real, it's our reality, and you are realizing that you are the creator of this whole reality around you. But what you're realizing and what you're remembering in the meantime, or what you may not know, is that a very, very long time ago, there were Archons that were put here on our planet that stole our frequencies from us. They made us forget that we were divine. They made us forget that we were a heavenly being having a beautiful experience here. Once upon a time, in the Garden of Eden, they crept in there and they put a prison on top of our mind, on top of our frequency. All right? So, in doing that, they made us believe that this experience around us is our total reality. They cut us off from remembering what was totally possible for us, and that this planet was here given to us by our gracious and heavenly Father for us to live in joy, for us to actually enjoy all of this, not to be fussing, fighting, and arguing. Okay, so when the drama crept in, it made us start dividing ourselves, because a house divided can't what? It can't stand. So they knew that if they would divide us amongst ourselves and have us fighting between ourselves, have us looking at whether we are male or female, and have us thinking that the masculine was over the feminine and that it had to overpower us, or that another color was more dominant than another, like the lighter skins were more worthy or more powerful than the darker skins. It's just like here in the South, calling us redneck. That meant that we spent our time out in the fields picking the food that was better for them than getting it somewhere else or whatever. But anyway, we were the servants because we were the redneckas of that time. But all that was doing was keeping us divided. All that was doing was keeping us arguing and fighting with each other. And in doing so, that keeps our vibration low, right? So everybody remembers the Hawkins frequency vibrational scale. Anything below a 250 is what these archons were feeding on. Archons were feeding on. So they feed on fear, they feed on shame, they feed on guilt, and they feed on division. These energies did not possess us and take us over. They actually just fed on that energy. We would leak, or we still leak energy to other entities. As long as we're not up on that high flying disc, feeling wonderful and actually manifesting the life of our dreams up here, because remember, you get to neutrality around 250. Willingness and acceptance are on up in the 300s. When you get able to reason and stay in the clear thinking, then you're more able to produce higher vibrations. And if you are able to keep yourself calm, peaceful, and joyful, then you will experience more of these. You say, Miss Aria, how do I do that? Well, if you're always down here in conflict, in arguing, if you're always trying to start stuff, then you're keeping the chaos going. And if you'll just quieten your mouth, then your mind will quieten as well. Okay? So one of the very first things that we need to do, besides as soon as you wake up, as soon as consciousness hits your head in the middle of the night, early in the morning, this should be happening about 3:30 or 4 in the morning. Those are the hours when the veil is very thin and your remembrance of your higher self will be easier. Okay, you should be waking up around those times. But as soon as you realize that you are still here, still on earth, still having this experience with us, your first thought needs to be, thank you. A calm, pleasant, deep, sincere gratitude of thank you. That gives you control over your thoughts, okay? Then you need to move into your breath work, your breathing, your slow, intentional breathing, right? That gives you control of you. And then you need to start your yoga, whatever your rituals are to start your day. And they should be pretty much the same every morning. That's going to give you control of your mind, which gives you control of your body. You don't want to be in this flight or fight, chaotic energy all day, every day, because it stresses the system. And in stress to the system, it's going to promote dis-ease, okay? Because disease is just an erratic frequency, bouncing all over the place, not keeping calm, loving, wonderful insights pouring in, because everything is free choice. You're choosing either calm, peaceful, love, or erratic, chaotic, all over the place. It's one or the other, and there should be a balance in between. So as we have experienced this division, this guilt, this shame that these Archons brought and that they feed on, it has made a fake paradigm appear to us. And what I'm hearing while teaching public school from a lot of children is that their parents themselves are very fearful. Well, there's two natural fears that a child is born with: the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. If you have any other fear beside that, it has been programmed into you. And what is fear, by the way? You guys know what fear really is? It's fake, like most things here in our paradigm that we're experiencing right now. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. Because the only true fear is fear itself. Most of the things that we spend our time being afraid of never even happens. So then it's just wasted energy anyway, because it's just something in a psychological construct. It's probably not going to play out and not happen. So there's no need in spending our time feeding that fear, okay? But again, that is loose energy that this Archon from myriads of years ago, this system, this construct, feeds on, okay? So you can dissolve your fears by working on your shadow self. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say my shadow self, the things that I don't like about me, my weaker side that I did not feed as a young child, my traumas, my bad habits, the things about me that are darker, that I keep away from the rest of the world, that I did not build up so that it could become a psychopath, a killer, a liar, or whatever, you know. When I was younger, I could have fed that monster, that demon, whatever you want to call that, and that shadow could have grown and overpowered me. But now that I'm older, I balance that fear with the light, okay? Because we all are light, sentient light beings. And as that light comes into our consciousness, we see the different things that we can choose from. And you can choose from those lower vibrational entities, and you can invite them into your life, and you can allow them to become you. And in fact, some people think that this is how you can get rich quick, or you can become famous quick. And you could through those entities, but they actually sell their power, they sell their energy to make it up there quickly. And that's not what we want. We want to balance these frequencies out so that we have control and we are allowing that higher self to speak to us. So as you come into balance, you will remember your higher self. You will feel a frequency, a heart frequency, begin to open, begin to expand as you balance out and become more of who you came here to be. And you start doing more of what you came here to do. And if you ask Spirit, He will guide, he, she, they, them will guide you into knowing, feeling, remembering exactly what you came here to do and why you were here. The sooner you do that, the better, because all the rest of this is just a fake. It's not real. I hate to tell you that. But as you become more authentic, you'll realize this. Come back for more. Talk to you soon. Peace, love, and balance.